Do that. If you do that, that's okay. I'm gonna walk off.
Sound like me.
The Gemini brought it out of you, huh?
Oh, Lexi is
Actually, it was a
she's
Pisces.
Lexi with an eye right now.
You just
The
went to-
Gemini almost made me double back.
So now, ladies, I'm thinking, right? So you see, like what Kelly said, she's noticing now she gets older, she likes more the direct approach. I feel like I like the direct approach for myself, like when I'm approaching a guy. But naturally, right, as we sit here, I want you to think, ladies,
Before she even gets this question out, how often do you think she's approaching guys? Sound off in the comments on that one. Welcome back to Money, Marriage, and Media. And today we're back with 8 at the Table. Remember that we're still going for that 1,000 subscriber goal. The title is She Can't Handle the Truth. Here's Why. This should be interesting, right? I'm foreseeing a lot of YouTube talking points, but that's what we're here for. We got to break this stuff down, right? So let's go ahead and get it going.
So, have you ever caught a man lying to you to basically be with you or to have sex with you?
Yes, of course.
Okay, so tell us about
Oh wait,
that.
okay, I gotta think about it though. Dang. I'm like, of course.
There's been that many.
Okay. Oh yeah. What? A lot of guys lie.
imagine.
Yeah.
It's terrible. I mean, okay. So the question was what again? So
Has a guy basically lied maybe about himself, maybe about what he does?
yeah, maybe an
you know.
age thing. Someone lied to me about an age thing.
Really?
They lied to you
That
about
might
it?
be that.
Wait,
Or,
how old was he?
I think he was late 20s, but he was a little early 30s. That's weird, huh?
Wait, what? He's early.
I mean, I have to
You said
say,
that's real young?
This is weird.
Oh,
It's weird. It is weird.
But he's an artist. Maybe it's different. But like you're
Artists do lie
you
about the
don't
age.
lie to me.
Yeah, artists do lie
No,
about
I
age.
know how old you are. Like
I think a couple years is a weird thing to lie about.
That's what I'm saying. 4 years? Like, yeah, I'm really 32, but no, I'm 28.
Yeah,
and like I said, I get the whole industry thing. Some people do like,
Yeah,
you know,
they
the
do.
lie
They
about
gotta
their
stick
age.
to that. Once you
But
lie,
like
you
when
have to stick
when
to
you have a real relationship
true.
with somebody, you're not gonna say, no, I'm this age. Like, bro, I know you. Like, don't act like, you know.
Yeah.
So that was weird.
And it's easy to find out your information if you're public.
Honestly.
Just letting-
Yeah.
True that.
Whoever that was, bad
But
move.
people don't look.
Bad move.
I have
People don't look.
I have a really good story about a guy who lied to me.
Don't touch me. I'm just the direct
Oh
approach.
no, he's doing that for the cameras, y'all. Don't make me stop, Rico.
oh man.
He want me to touch him.
She said that so.
Anyways, I have a story to tell. So there was
Okay.
So some of you may know that I model, and sometimes I do music videos and brand shoots and campaign shoots and things like that. And you know, I know a bunch of sets. There's a lot of mansions in New Jersey and even in New York that artists use for music videos, right? So I had met this guy who, you know, we were all out together, a few models and a few guys, and we were all chilling. And like, he was just in my ear, like telling me what he got. And I never really want to like fall for that. Like, I don't like to be impressed that way. I like to be impressed outside of the money, even though everybody likes money.
Oh, God. I was pausing to say something else, and she just contradicted herself horribly. I don't even want to say nothing else. That ruins anything else that comes after that.
And he was like,
Everybody.
he was like, oh, like, let's chill afterwards, whatever. And I'm like, all right, bet, let's chill. So I had some time and I went with him and we went to this place where I had already been, a house I had already been for a previous music video. And he was saying that it was his house. And yo, when I tell you, I'm like, I was letting him talk because I wanted to see like
the story.
And like
I
how
would've
much
done the
he was
same
gonna
thing.
take it. And yo, like I was just like so baffled at how he was so like trying to convince me that it was his house.
Oh my
and
God,
then
did
you tell him?
yeah, at the end I told him. At the end I ended up telling him, and I even showed him pictures and videos that I had already been there, you know, and I'm like, you know, you don't gotta hit me with this. Like I ain't one of those.
That's so
like
corny.
Yes, he did.
And he felt so embarrassed. He turned red and everything. Like it was mad funny. And from there I never hung out with him ever again. Like I was like, that was it.
She wouldn't have hung out with him in the first
He was definitely a
place.
good-looking guy.
That's
and
so fucking funny.
and he was a good talker, so I was definitely interested. Obviously, I bit,
No, she
so because I
wasn't.
went to his house, but at the same
His
time,
house.
like his house, yeah.
Damn.
But obviously,
flashback to what she was saying before. Remember how she started this story? He's telling me all this stuff about what he's got, but I'm not really attracted to things. I'm looking for things outside the money. But if that's all he talked about, and clearly you went with him to his house, then what does that mean? You see how you got to start breaking this stuff down? Because she just talking there and didn't realize that she talked herself right into a corner. It's like, at first glance, she is making herself out to be a... If you know what it is, if you know what this looks like, go ahead and say it in the comments. Because I'm not going to. Y'all ain't finna get me in trouble with this lady on the internet.
See, because it wasn't his house, he made the wrong move, and he should have definitely did it a different way. Like,
You said it's an Airbnb. I'm
He
trying to fuck
should've-
you in a mansion.
yeah, he should have been like, oh, this is an Airbnb, exactly. He should have been like more straight up, like, oh, I rented this tonight. We're just chilling here. Like, just be
You could've
real
said,
about it.
I had a fantasy of fucking in a mansion,
Yeah.
and I would think you're the perfect candidate to go.
look
Like,
at
he
you,
could have talked about
spicy,
that.
I
It
like
was a
that.
fantasy.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Facts,
He
like
might've-
trying to make me feel
Yeah,
good.
you know
Like,
what
I
I'm
want to be a
saying?
part of his
That's
fantasy.
a born
and shit.
liar. That's not.
That's
That's
though.
still lying.
He wouldn't have done that
So
too.
listen, I'm very direct. I'm an open book. I'm too old already to be playing that game. I'm an open book. What I will not do is just offer information, because I always express like, you know, be mindful of what you're asking, because I'm going to tell you.
You hold out details.
No.
That's what you're saying.
No. I'm saying me and you are out, and I'm going to tell you whatever you ask me. I'm going to tell you. I'm fine with that. But just I'm going to say, be mindful of what you're asking, because if you're not prepared for those answers, then don't ask, because I'm going to tell you exactly what it is
Good.
you're asking me for.
Yeah.
If I don't have no kids, so then you might go, wow, you're this age, you don't have no kids. Why? I'm going to tell you why, because I just don't. I'm not shooting blanks. Because if not, we could find out if you want to have a kid.
If you're experienced, we're talking about people who are experienced, correct? If you're experienced, then you already know the vibe. You already know what style of woman, because you already had some type of talk with her. So just speaking from my man Rico, we talk a lot. So if there's a female, there's certain females that give us certain vibes, right? So with that vibe, yeah, I'm straightforward with her with that vibe. She might not have that vibe like I'm really ready to go, but that don't mean I don't be straightforward with her in this vibe. You might not be ready to go, but you need to go. That, you know what I'm saying? So if she says no,
you're not afraid of getting
if she says no, first of all, hell no, I'm not thinking about rejection.
Guys
That's
turn real
out.
salty when we say no.
That
Nah,
rejection,
that's all right.
That's they only think you're ugly. I was like, oh, I thought I was cute.
I don't.
Right, because they hollered at you,
I was
right?
like, whoa.
But then it's you're ugly.
Yeah, but that's not even a
corny.
thought for me. Somebody who's direct.
You know, I love it when women say, oh, that's so corny because the guy got upset. Women who tend to make that observation tend to have no knowledge of the male experience. Well, what do you mean by that, Mike? I will go ahead and break it down for you. Women like that typically have no idea what it takes for a man to be attractive to women. Because if they did, they wouldn't say stuff like that. Because again, put a woman in those shoes where she has to go up to the guy and initiate the conversation. You know, make the approach and hold the conversation and keep it going. And then, work up the nerve to ask for contact information before walking away. Most women can't handle the level of rejection that guys are accustomed to. I mean, that's just what it is. They're not built for it. But if you're not built for something, then don't criticize the men that do it every day, or that do it not every day, but that do it more times than you do. That's just disrespectful.
You worried about any type of rejection. That doesn't fit the direct person, because you know what could come or what could not come with it. You're not looking at it like a rejection. I look at it like
Blessing.
you lost.
Yeah.
You fucked up.
People try to
because you
change
out there
you.
with them other that ain't worth shit, and you could be here fucking around with me. Period. You know what I'm saying? So
He's a
if that-
confident man.
Yeah, that's
yo,
all.
it's all-
That's
it's
what-
good.
but that's the thing. Being direct requires confidence.
Confidence.
I agree,
You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure. Because then if yeah, like you get
Yes.
fear, you fear being hurt, sure. But at the end of the day, it's like what Esso said, like, okay, like you don't want me, that's fine. Somebody else will.
Yeah.
Confidence
and
is
that's fine.
key.
But like-
You're
And
being your
I
true
think
self.
especially like like as you get older, like this is what I'm realizing as I get older. Like for me, I'd rather be as I'm trying to figure out what I want because it changes, you know. And as I get older, like, and I think being honest, being more direct is always better. Because I feel like before maybe I was a little bit more indirect because I genuinely didn't know what I wanted. So it was like,
Yeah. I'm waiting for somebody to get to the actual reason why women want you to be direct. It's because they can disqualify you, right? Because you the man being direct means that they wield a lot of power and if they want to move forward or not. And most of the time the women are going to say no. Does that mean you need to give up, guys? No. It just means that you haven't found the right one yet. Remember, you only got to get this right once. It's not like you got to do this, 30 times and you got to have, 70% win. No, you only got to do it right once.
I would just kind of like ride the wave because I didn't know and I didn't know where it was going. And so I was like, not that I ever got into like any bad situations, but that was just kind of like, but now I'm getting older and I'm like, no, that was not good for me. So you learn and you say, this is what I'm willing to accept. This is what I'm not willing to accept. And then you kind of
Put it together.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, I have a question for Kelly too.
And that's a terrible way to do that.
Do you think you were confident at that time?
when I was younger.
Yeah. Do you think that you were confident because
Probably not.
And that's what we're saying. The confidence.
It comes with getting older, I think.
That scenario that she's putting forth, that works for men. Because as men, you got to go out there and you got to get rejected a bunch of times to the point where it doesn't bother you as much. It's still going to affect you, but the goal is so that you can get so accustomed to it that it doesn't throw you off anymore, and you can say, okay, this is not the right one for me. I need to move on to somebody else. But the reason why why that advice doesn't work for women is because women are terrible at mate selection, at husband selection, right? We know this because the divorce rate gives us the evidence. The divorce rates are over 50%, the majority of which are filed by women who are unhappy. Why are they unhappy? Because they picked the wrong guy. See, and I continue to say, guys, when you get women who come up with these stories, you need to start asking, okay, who vetted that man for you? Because women you're not supposed to go on, you're not supposed to gain experience out there. Not if you're looking for your husband, because your husband, the man who would marry you, he's not going to value your experience. That's actually a red flag for most men. It's like, well, hold on, she got too much experience. I might just continue, we get in a relationship and I'm gonna put her in the sex zone. We together, we exclusive, but I'm just going to keep having sex with her, and I'm not really trying to get her. I'm not going to bring up the ring. I'm not bringing up marriage because it's not what I want. And I'll just keep having sex with her and keep stringing her along until I meet somebody who's a better option, and then I'll move on with that. We got to stop getting out. See, this is being stuck in survival mode, like I was talking about in the previous video. We got to get out of this mindset. This is why I say we need to do a better job of raising our kids so that they know what the goals are earlier in life, instead of you waiting until your mid to late 20s to start. Okay, well, now I'm going to start dating towards, dating. I want to start the courtship process and dating towards marriage. No. Start that sooner, raise our kids to reach that level of maturity sooner. That way they have more time to strengthen the foundation of the marriage before bringing kids into the mix, which can be a very stressful event. But we're getting off topic. Let's get back into it.
I don't think it's getting
And more
over.
direct because you know what you want.
so,
Like you
because
said,
I
so you're
was
going to be more
confident.
direct.
Confidence to me, some
makes
people can gain experience and know that they should have been confident and they will adjust. But confidence to me is something that you already given. I had this thing, and I don't know if I should say this really on camera, but I had this thing that I thought that big girls couldn't get no dick. Right? I'm being honest.
I heard this.
I didn't.
I've heard this.
When my wife would come to me and tell me, like, yo, you tripping, big girls get busy, big girls get this. And I was like, yo, you bugging, you're tripping. the people are settling for the big girl. They don't want the big girl, right? Then I started watching these girls on the gram called the Committee Podcast, and they're not small girls, but they're not actually big girls, but they look differently from what I would think would be getting it in. And they gets it in. And the reason why they get it in, when I look at them, they are confident. Yep. They're not worried about them having weight or them looking this way. They are confident. And when they're around their dudes, they are exuding supreme confidence. And I've never seen that. And I realized that from that point that people like us, yeah, confidence is cool because we come to do that.
This is a false narrative because most men don't care about a woman's confidence so long as she's not insecure about herself. If she's not insecure about herself, then most men don't care about confidence. The confidence he's talking about is, well, yeah, I'm confident that there's a guy out there that will have sex with me. It doesn't take much confidence to realize that. The real question is that are the women, whatever podcast he's talking about, I'm not familiar with it, how many of them are married? Because again, we take these goals out here and we want to apply them across the board to men and women, and it doesn't work like that because women and men are different. Most women want to get married, so why are we not using that as the standard when we start talking about this? How many women are confident in the fact that they're going to find well, you know what? Never mind. Let's just keep going because that's off topic.
This type of thing. So you have to be confident in yourself to even be willing to come on camera. Sure. So we're talking about people that, we have some type of confidence, but most people out there, they don't have that same type of confidence.
I have a question for the ladies.
Wait, hold on, real quick. Let me just piggyback. It's gonna be real quick. I promise you.
Keep the question.
Promise you. So I'm gonna say I agree with you both, but on the flip end, like me speaking from a personal standpoint, I became direct because I'm not a conflicting person. I don't deal with conflict in the best way, me personally. So for me to avoid conflict, I need to let you know A, B, and C at the get-go because I cannot tolerate nothing else.
But what kind of person is that? Because I don't like that type of conflict neither. And that's part of, and I didn't think of that, but that's part of the reason why I tell you what it is so I could be like, I told you that already.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
What is that?
I think that's just, once you start to identify, like for me, when I started to identify, listen, I am not the best at dealing with conflict. I make bad decisions and poor choices. And so for me to refrain from getting to that side of me that nobody in the world will like or be able to deal with, I need to make sure everybody that I deal with doesn't bring that out of me. So this is what brings it out of me. Don't do that. If you do that, that's okay. I'm gonna walk off.
Sound like me.
The Gemini brought it out of you, huh?
Oh, Lexi is
Actually, it was a
she's
Pisces.
Lexi with an eye right now.
You just
The
went
Gemini almost made me double back.
So now, ladies, I'm thinking, right? So you see, like what Kelly said, she's noticing now she gets older, she likes more the direct approach. I feel like I like the direct approach for myself, like when I'm approaching a guy. But naturally, right, as we sit here, I want you to think, ladies,
Before she even gets this question out, how often do you think she's approaching guys? Sound off in the comments on that one. Oh my God.
you like a guy coming up to you?
Thank you.
Like, I only want to be with you for sex.
Thank you.
Like,
That's the point.
do we like that? I can't sit here and say that I would like a man to be direct to me. I cannot say that. I really
What if
cannot.
he says he has a
honestly
girl?
say that.
What if he says he got a girl or something?
I wouldn't even like that either. I wouldn't like that direct approach.
Okay, so
I'm gonna like the indirect. I'm gonna like the courting. I'm gonna like the. I know it's. I hate to say lying because I don't want a guy to lie to me, but at the same time, you get what I'm coming. You get where I'm coming from?
Yes, we get it, Lexi.
Yes, if you're hot and you are attractive and you are my type and you say something like that and I'm okay with it, maybe yes, I like direct approach. I'm like, cool.
Count me up.
But
Am I attractive in your type?
Yeah, I think they purposely cut that out right there because she was about to say something that, well, she already preferenced it, right? You got to be the guy that she's attracted to. You're the guy that checks all her attraction triggers. How many men out there are actually like that? But, very few. I mean, we already know that most men are not visible to most women. So now you talking about, okay, well, we don't need to have that conversation. But y'all see where that's going, though. That's why she had that's why she had to add a caveat in there. Because otherwise she ends up sounding like somebody who is promiscuous. That's why I say that whole, if, I'm not even going to say if more men were honest with women. The direct approach is however you want it. Because again, on this channel, I'm talking to people who are looking for marriage. Now, I do believe you need to be direct in that conversation. It doesn't have to be, I'm trying to get married in the next 90 days. That's ridiculous. But I do think you need to bring up the fact that, hey, I am looking to be married. Because that's going to eliminate a lot of the conversation. Now, when you want to do that, I'm gonna leave that up to y'all. You got to figure that out for yourself. I mean, but again, in a lot of my talking points is that I mentioned that we should get married sooner. 25 preferably, somewhere around in there. I think that's a good age, just because it's better than over 30. But. Yeah, I think you should have conversations. Anybody who you've taken on multiple dates, you should be talking about that. Like I said, it's not like you got to get married, in the next 90 days, but you should be bringing up the fact that, hey, I see potential in you and I am looking to get married, and you strike me as somebody who may fit the bill as my wife or my husband. I think from the female perspective, to not have that conversation and marriage is your goal, how much time do you want to waste? I mean, because you're going to, a lot of guys will waste your time, particularly today, because there's a lot of men out there who don't want to get married. And again, the sooner you find that out, the better. This is why I say that I think dating is dumb. I think because the whole purpose of dating is supposed to get to know each other, but you can get to know each other over the phone. You can have phone conversations to find out how a guy feels about marriage before y'all even go on maybe even the second date. And if he's telling you, nah, I'm not trying to get married, then you need to move on, because he's not going to, you can't change his mind. Right. But I think that if we want to relate this to the topic, I think honesty is the best policy. But you need to be realistic with your timetable. And I don't see, notice I didn't say that you're supposed to bring all this stuff up at one time. No, it's not like you're having one phone conversation and y'all walking down the aisle. There should be several phone conversations before you even go on the first date. If you want to bring it up during those, I would suggest it. Like I said, you don't have to. I'm not looking to get married tomorrow, but I'm starting to ramble on and repeat myself. So we're gonna bring this one to a close. I'm gonna say goes to the next time. Peace.